Hey guys, welcome to the shop. As you know, in the last few videos, I've threaded a bunch of gun barrels and I've been having a lot of fun, but now it's time to do some maintenance, and I need to clean my 22 long rifle suppressors. First thing I need to do is take the suppressor off of the barrel and take the barrel off of this gun. I'm going to start by cleaning the Little Bird suppressor. Now to take this apart, I need the included tool and this 1/2 inch socket. I'll be using a power drill and I have it set to about 10, and this is just a little 12-volt one. I want that clutch just in case something binds, I don't accidentally hurt the suppressor by stripping any of the threads. That came off nice and smoothly. That's probably because I treated this with silicone before I ever shot it. Actually, these are all moving very smoothly. You can see all the carbon coming out. We'll do the next one. Oh, got a little tight there. And that is that clutch engaging. So let's go ahead, because it's sticking a little bit, and put it in the M-Pro 7 solution. This is just an olive jar. And there's a screen that I put in here so I can get small parts out. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop that in there. And you know what? Let's add these in there too. It's been about 8 minutes. This has been soaking. Let's see if that is a bit softer now. And there we go. Now I probably could have soaked that for about 15-20 minutes and that would have come out even easier. I'm just going to use a toothpick to just kind of scrape off some of the stuff that was softened. And there we go, looks great. I'm not getting overly concerned about doing an absolutely spotless job, because in 10 shots this isn't going to look all carboned up again anyway. So I'm just going for the big stuff, the big chunks. Nothing too fancy. There we go. And again. All right, now with this tube, let's get a little bit of cleaning solution on there. There we go. We'll take one of these guys and run it up and down just to clean it out. It looks like that's all the way at the end. Yep. And back it out. There we go. And we'll just give it a little rinse. And I think I'll just go one more time. There we go. Just gonna go rinse this real quick and I'll be right back. That is almost spotless. That's amazing. I love the way this one cleans so quickly. So there, that tube is clean. I'm just gonna go rinse off these baffles real quick. Moving on to the Pac Lite TSS, I'm going to take out the bolt. We can clean that separately. Now the baffle stacks are in front here. This can be a bit tricky. So I'm going to start by using the included tool to take off the end cap. So it's all the way unthreaded, and it is too tight to get out. So the trick here is then to thread it back on, and then thread it back out, and check and see if it's looser now. Give it a little pull. Nope, still too tight. So we'll go ahead and thread it back in. And then thread it back out. And what this is doing is softening up that carbon and kind of breaking it free. Once we pulverize the crud enough, this will pop right out. So there, it's loose again. Let's see if I can pull it out. There we go. So yeah, there's a bit of crud in there. All right, we'll take off the sight and see if we can get the baffle stack apart. So this is reverse thread, so it turns the opposite way that you're used to. So clockwise removes it, and that came off pretty smoothly. There is a tool for getting that off if it's really stuck, but I haven't needed it yet. And then this should slide apart. So we'll go ahead and get it started by pushing down hard. And it started. Now let's see. Nope, it's still too tough. I could soak this in solution for a little bit to soften it up, but I'm a little impatient. So instead I have this little tool. This is aluminum, so it will not hurt the stainless steel and titanium. And in the end, this is simply a green wire nut protector. So you can find that in your electrical department at Menards. But again, all this is just to register on there. Again, aluminum, and this is titanium. The aluminum is much softer. I can hold that together and then just give it a tap. And it pops right out. And then these little baffle stacks should come right apart. Just a little bit of a wiggle, and they slide apart just like that. And now that suppressor is fully disassembled. I like to clean out the inside of this as best I can, and what works really well, and these are super cheap, these are just makeup removers. You can find these, they're like $2 or $3 a piece for a whole tube of these. And I will ball these up so they fit there. And we're going to go ahead and take some cleaning solution. Just going to steal some from there. Get it nice and juicy. This is a ash stick. I'm going to run that in, give it a little twist, and then pull it out. And look how filthy that is. There's still a bit more, so let's flip it around. Give it a good scrub on the bottom there and pull it out. We'll take another wad of these and nice and tight this time. Scrub it around and see if I can get it out. Nope, didn't come out. I'll take a 22 cleaning rod, come back from the breech here, and just give that a little pop out the front. And you can see it's not too bad. Looks like it's been a little bit. I can take these out of here. Just gonna push this baffle back and forth a little bit in here. Just try and scrape out some of the carbon that's built up. And then we'll just run a swab through, and that should be good. Now I'm just going to use some water. I have a brass bristle brush, and these are actually brass. Careful, some of these will say brass coated, and that's steel. You don't want that. You want actual brass. And then I'm just going to go ahead and scrub everything. And I'm not going to go super crazy cleaning this. We're just going to get off all the crud that easily comes off. The first few times I cleaned these, I thought I had to get them completely spotless and shiny, and now I realize that's just not the case. It's a whole lot of extra effort to get these things super shiny and back to that factory-like condition. But in reality, after 10 shots, they're going to look like this anyway. So I'm just going after the big pieces of grime, and then we're going to apply some silicone to it to make the big chunks fall off easier the next time we clean. And I'm not so worried about getting it down to bare metal, because honestly, this carbon, that's just going to soak up the silicone and hold on to it and make it that much easier to clean later. So no need to get it super shiny. And now it's time to reassemble. I'm going to start with the Pac Lite and take the split tube and start stacking these on here. Now let's see. So this one will go in first. It has the threads. Then after that, it doesn't really matter which one goes next. And there we go. And again, reverse thread, counterclockwise. Get that nice and tight. So to get that tight, I'm going to grip the tube as tight as I can. Give that a little twist. There we go. Put the sight back on there. And then the tube. And you can tell I cleaned it because it's threading on by hand. And now that it's tight, I'm going to go ahead and give it a good crank with the tool. So we're going to go tight, hand tight, and then just a little bit more. Nice and snug. Essentially, I'm grabbing this barrel and tightening it until it slips in my hand. And the reason being, when you shoot a bunch through here, it'll heat up and expand. That can often loosen up on the end. There's no risk of baffle strike when it loosens up, but that can make a bit of a gap between the barrel and that first baffle, and that is a great spot for carbon to deposit. So keeping that tight keeps that little spot there just a little bit cleaner. And you can tell it's good because the sight doesn't wobble. If the sight wobbles, that means you have too much carbon that built up there, and now you got to scrape the crap out of it to try to get it out. So the best thing to do for that carbon, throw some WD-40 silicone on it, and then get this thing tightened down real good. Make sure that stays nice and tight. Now for the little bird, this one is dead simple. The baffle goes in. You can really only put it in one way. It's for the tool to register. And always, always, always start this by hand. Make sure it's on there good. And then we can go ahead and power it on there. And again, I have a clutch on this drill, so I can't over tighten it and wreck anything. So we're going to go to that hash mark right there, and then grab our next baffle. Get it started, and then thread it down to that next line. Start it by hand. Hit that next mark. And now for the last one. Right there. And now for the end cap. And these little serrations on the tool right there by my thumb give a pretty good grip. So I'm just going to grab that nice and tight, grab this nice and tight, give it a twist until the barrel of that spins in my hand. And that is good and tight. So there we have it. Those are fully assembled. They are cleaned, ready to go, and they are treated with silicone, which makes cleaning that much easier next time. And now for reassembly of the Mark IV. I'm going to take the bolt and just a little bit of this stuff, which is frog lube. Put that on there. There we go. Put the bolt back in. And now this goes on just like that. We'll push the button, and there we go. Cleaned and ready to go. And then for the 1022, nothing special here. Just gonna thread that on. And once it stops, give it a little snug, and there we go. Cleaned and ready to shoot. But in reality, I'm gonna let these sit overnight, let that silicone dry, otherwise you get a nice little puff of smoke when you start shooting. All right, now that is a wrap. I really have enjoyed shooting this Mark IV suppressed. And if you are getting into suppressors and you don't know what to do, where to start, I highly, highly recommend the AB Little Bird. This thing is stupid easy to clean. It performs very well, and if you put it on a pistol, you can use the regular sights. You don't need suppressor sights because this is skinny enough. I absolutely love this suppressor. For the price, I don't think it can be beat. And that is kind of the cherry on top for this 1022, which is a rifle that I absolutely adore. And I really, really enjoy this rifle, especially after putting this new stock on it. It is just so easy to pack up. Has onboard storage for magazines or bullets or snacks. And it carries so nice through the woods. If I'm going through thick stuff, it is so compact. I'm not catching it on anything by my feet, and I'm not hitting it on anything over my head. Anyway, I've talked enough. We got through everything. Take care, guys. My wife is hatching out baby birds. That's going to be through the whole video, I know it. Nobody would know.